It's week 6 of the NFL, and we'll see the Buccaneers' electric quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Bucs and the Saints, and it's coming up next.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago, add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Peterson. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A run up the middle with Irving. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. And you look at the Saints defense. They enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means it's going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's complete downfield to James. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The first-round pick looking comfortable in this offense. First down. On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's DeMario Davis navigating his way into the backfield for a tackle for loss. 2nd and 11. And he'll get nothing out of that one. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was that we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
They'll try it now with Irving. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Bucky Irving with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Buccaneers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right. Buccaneers offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he's been doing it through the air and on the ground to start the season. Currently leading the NFL in rushing yards. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. You look at this Saints defense. They've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
Theories abound. People have opinions. But too often for this team this season, it's been the big play that's done them in.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Looking to throw. Peterson being chased out left. Now he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
2nd and 9 now. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First catch there for Evans, good enough for a first down. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Peterson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Brian Brzee fought in and got him down. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket.
The Bucs ready to take over once again. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Peterson. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A shotgun handoff here to Irving. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Peterson. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. They run out of the gun with Irving. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Irving diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the
And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember,
they go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right.
and that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Irving. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Time to get another look at this Buccaneer offense.
To throw is Peterson. Throwing to start the drive. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
And a catch right side by Evans. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
In motion left, Godwin.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. This is caught inside the 15. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expected.
Here's a handoff to Irving.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Demario Davis there on the stop.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Peterson, what happened? He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter.
They'll start on the ground with Irving. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Irving.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Here's Peterson from the gun on 3rd down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They'll run. This is Irving.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake. Peterson sliding out of the pocket. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Irving.
He will push his way down to about the 14.
Isaiah Foskey there on the tackle.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
2nd down and 8.
Delay of game, offense.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still 2nd down.
A run with Irving.
Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Looking to throw. Peterson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the 1st down. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll be 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
4th and 2 in the NFL, not ordinarily a running down anymore. Usually that ball is moved through the air. They went ahead and gave it to the back, and he ends up picking up the first down. I'm not sure if they fooled him as much as they just did a nice job executing.
Needed 2, and they got 3.
Once again, it's Irving.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That'll make things really difficult for their offense moving.
Touchdown! Mike Evans with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Bucs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking... And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Up the middle they go. Irving. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Second and 13. On the move to his left. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
That escapability has been on full display, and you can see he's now over 100 yards rushing for the game.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. Irving.
51 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
They'll run on first down. Irving. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll keep it on the ground. Irving works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And this game not quite over yet. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Irving.
Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Now a play fake here on first down. And he comes back with one complete. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down. And now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though?